Today's video is made possible by Squarespace. What's up internet, Kevin here on TLD, where we're finally getting back to doing app game reviews, including a top 5 iOS games of the month, and that's exactly what today's video is about. We're going to talk about my favorite games to come out this February 2014. So let's jump right in. The first game I want to talk about is by far the one I spent the most time on and easily the most addictive game on this list, Threes. This is a great example of a game that's very easy to pick up and play and learn, but gets really complex and hard once you try to get high scores. All you have to do is shift the board around and combine numbers that are the same, with the exceptions of 1 and 2s which you use to make 3s. And you just keep doing this until the board is too full to move. It's a lot harder than it seems at first glance, and it's a star example of a game where every time you lose you just think to yourself, one more game and I can finally beat my high score. Easily worth its appropriate $3 price tag. Next up we have another puzzle-based game, Another Case Solved. Now this is a free-to-play game that does feature in-app purchases, which are mainly pushed as a way to try and make the game easier for you. But personally, I found it a lot more enjoyable to just keep it free and tackle all of its challenges head-on. It's a fun mixture of multiple minigame types. The majority of the game is played out like a simple matching game, but on major cases you'll also make use of items you match often to use as clues to help make other games easier, like narrowing down a location or finding items hidden in a house with a time limit. The game's difficulty spikes here and there and can get pretty remorseless at times for those of you not willing to pay extra for in-game cash or gems, but it makes succeeding all the sweeter once you do. Now another game on this list that does feature in-app purchases but does a good job of keeping them nice and balanced is Adventure Time Card Wars. It bothers me a little bit that this is a pay-for game that still has in-app purchases and some recharge time mechanics, but progressing through the main campaign refills your time, and even then it's never that long of a wait. It's really just a way to keep you from grinding lower levels to get more cards. There's a large variety of cards to use for deck building, and there's some fun mechanics like a card crafting shop, hero abilities, and a special timing mechanic which gives the player an advantage, giving them the chance to crit an enemy or counterattack. All in all, it's a very fun and simple collectible card game that has easily ignorable in-app purchases. Fourth on the list is visually the most interesting game of the group, Tengami, a side-scrolling adventure game that has a lot in common with point-and-click adventures. What's neat about this is that the entire world it takes place in is in the form of a giant pop-up book, with environments that can change with foldable pieces. The first level is in all honesty kinda boring, but as you get farther the puzzles start to get more interesting and include a lot more tests of awareness and solving skills. Visually, it's my favorite game this month, and the music accompanying it accents it perfectly. It's a little pricey considering how short it is, weighing in at $4.99, but if you catch it on sale, or if you're just a big fan of games with a heavy artistic aesthetic, it's well worth it. Now last on the list is Coldfire Keep, a game that I initially had some problems with when I first installed it, but a recent patch fixed a lot of those problems and just made the entire experience a lot more enjoyable. This is an app game approach to the old school dungeon crawler, giving players a classic game design with touch controls and simplified mechanics. It still needs a bit of patching and fine-tuning here and there, but the groundwork is solid. Build your party of 4, customize their stats, and then get thrown right away into a dungeon featuring both a shop and inn for resting between delves. The mechanics are easy to pick up, and it's a great portable solution for those wanting a more traditional dungeon-focused RPG. Now before I wrap things up here, I do want to take a moment to give a quick shout out to Squarespace for helping make today's video possible. Now if you haven't heard of it, Squarespace is one of the simplest and fastest ways to make your own website. They've got drag and drop functionality and everything is automatically optimized to look good through whatever device you're using, whether it's your laptop, desktop, or smartphone. They've got a great support staff working out of New York available 24/7, and pricing starts out as low as $8 a month with a free domain if you sign up for a year. For those of you that are interested in trying it out, Squarespace was awesome enough to give our fans the chance to not only get a free trial with no credit card required, but also 10% off your order if you end up liking it and decide you want to keep using it. All you gotta do is use the promo code TLD at checkout. That'll let them know that we sent you, gets you the discount, and helps show us some support. So those were my personal favorite iOS games to come out this past month. Look forward to seeing more videos like this in the future, as well as the occasional spotlight if a particular app game really blows me away. As always guys, if you enjoyed this vid, please make sure to let us know with that like button, and if you're not a subscriber yet, then you should be, because we've always got great content on the way. Until next time, I'm Kevin for TLD, and we'll see you later.